A very good morning to one and all. Myself, Professor Chetan Gupta, CSE Department, SART College, the SAGE Group, and today we are going to discuss a topic about the subject that is computer network. The subject code is CS602, and today in this lecture we will cover a topic that is network devices. Before starting my lecture, I will give some introduction of network devices. Basically, whenever we want to transfer our data from one end to the another end, at that particular moment, we need some kind of networking and inter-networking devices like router, bridges, switches, hubs. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about that network devices. First, we will see our first networking devices, that is repeater. As you have seen in the given figure, that a repeater take weak inbound digital signal, that is a weaker signal, and convert it into a strong digital signal. So basically the functioning of repeater is it take weak digital signal and convert it into a strong digital signal. So in the definition, a repeater operate at the physical layer. Its job is to generate the signal over the same network before the signal becomes too weak or corrupted, so as to extend the length to which the signal can be transmitted over a same network. An important point is to be noted about the repeater that it or they do not amplify the signal. Means this is not the working of a repeater that it can amplify. No, what it did, when the signal become weak, they copy the signal bit by bit and regenerate it at the original strength. Basically, a repeater is a two-port device, as we have already seen in the figure that it take one input and provided one output. What is the input of a repeater? A weak digital signal. Why it become weak? Because when we want to transfer our data in the form of signal, so it travel a very long path. So during traveling, the signal become weaker and weaker. So we do not want that our signal or our message reach the destination in the corrupted form. So at that particular moment, we use repeater to regenerate our signal bit by bit so that the actual message will deliver to our destination. So as I have already written that it do not amplify the signal, it just copy the signal and regenerate it at the original strength. Now moving on our next device, that is hub. As you have seen in the figure, that is a D-Link hub. Basically, a hub is a multi-port repeater. A hub connect multiple wires coming from different branches. For example, the connector in the star topology, which connects different stations. Hub cannot filter the data. That is a basic function. Hub cannot filter the data. So the data packet are sent to all the connected devices. In other words, collision domain of all the hosts connected through the hub remain one. Also, they do not have intelligence to find out the best path. Means this is not the working of the hub that it do not decide the path to transfer the data packet, which lead to inefficiency and wastage. There are three types of hub: active hub, passive hub, and the third one is intelligent hub. So as we have seen in the definition, first we will discuss about active hub, what it is. These are the hub which have their own power supply and can clean, boost and relay the signal along with the network. Means they have their own power supply, they can clean their self, they can boost up their self. It serve both as a repeater as well as wiring center. They are used to extend the maximum distance between the node. Second one is a passive hub. So these hub which collect wiring from the node and power supply from the active hub. Means passive hub collect wiring from where? Active hub, and it can also take the power supply from the active hub. Now moving on, Next is intelligent hub. Before intelligent hub, we have seen that one more line, that these hubs, passive hub, these hubs relay signal onto the network without cleaning and boosting them, and cannot be used to extend the distance between the node. The third one is intelligent hub. It work like active hub and include remote management capabilities. Means intelligent hub have a facility. What that facility is? Remote management capabilities. They also provide flexible data rate to the network devices. It also enable to administrator to monitor the traffic passing through the hub and to configure each port in the hub. Means intelligent hub have several advantages over active hub and passive hub. Now the third one is the bridge. As you have already seen the bridges, that it is a one network, it is a kind of LAN, or this one is another LAN, or we can say that is star topology. And in between these hub, we are using a bridge. So what that bridge is doing? So we have to read the definition, that a bridge operate at data link layer. A bridge is a repeater which add on the functionality of filtering content by reading the MAC address of source and destination. Means a bridge have an advantage that it can work like a repeater, but the additional functionality is that it can filter the content by reading the MAC address of source and destination. It is also used for interconnecting two LANs on the same protocol. Means both these network having a same protocols. It has a single input and single output port. As we have seen that it have one input port here and this one is the output port. Thus it make a two port device. Means just like our repeater, bridges is also a two port device, input port and output port. Next one is switches. You have already seen this switches in your school, colleges and labs where the computer are connected together. So a switch is a multi-port bridge. As we have seen that here in the diagram, there are multiple port in the combination of 8 port, 8 port, 8 port. So a switch is a multi-port bridge with a buffer and a design that can boost its efficiency and performance. A switch is a data link layer device. The switch can perform error checking before forwarding the data, that make it very efficient, as it does not forward packets that have error and forward good data packets selectively to the correct port only. Means a switch is a smart device, because what it can do, it can forward the data packet that is a good data packet to the correct port only. In other word, switch device or divides collision domain of host, but broadcast domain remain same. This is all about switches. Moving on, router. A router is a device like a switch that route data packet based on their IP address. Means router is basically a inter-networking device, very intelligent device, because this is the basic function of a router, that it can decide the path of a data packet, that how that data packet will reach to its correct destination from source to destination. Moving on, router is mainly a network layer device. So router, where we use router? Router is a network layer device. A router normally connect LANs and WAN together and have a dynamically updating routing table based on which they can make decision on the routing the data packets. Means there are multiple router. Means if we want to our transfer our data for a long distance transmission, so we use router, because router is a very intelligent device. Each router have maintained their own routing tables, and on the basis of routing table, all the entries in the routing table, it decide the feasible path or optimum path to transfer that data packet to its destination. So it have dynamically updated routing table based on which they can make decision for routing the data packet. A router divide broadcast domain of a host, connect through it. Means this is the diagram of our router. As we have seen that it also have some input port and output port, and this is basically used in inter-networking. Now moving on, our last network devices, that is a gateway. A gateway is also inter-networking devices just like a router. So a gateway, as the name suggests, it passage to connect two network together. Means why we use gateway? Gateway is used to connect two different network together that may work on different networking model. Means this is also a networking devices, inter-networking devices, but its function is different from the router. They basically work as the messenger agent. They take the data from one system, interpret it, means translate it, and transfer it to another system. This is the function of the gateway. Basically, if we talk about router, so it decides the feasible path to deliver the data packet from source to destination. And what gateway did, it is also internet networking devices, but they basically work as a messenger agent. What they take the data, interpret it, and transfer to the another system. Because why? Because they are working on different networking models. Gateway are also used to transfer the data packet by doing the some kind of interpretation. As we have already seen in the definition, gateway are also called protocol converter. This is a very important line, that gateway is also called the protocol converter. Why? Because this basically device is used where there are network different networking model is there. So this translation is done by the gateway. So gateway are also called protocol converter and can operate at any network layer. Gateway are generally more complex than switches or router, because router have an additional functionality of that interpret it. Interpret means interpret the data or any information. This is the uh, diagram of our router. So in today's lecture, we will cover about networking devices or networking devices. So today we will discuss about what is networking devices, what is repeater and its function, then hub, then types of hub, active hub, passive hub, and intelligent hub. Then we will discuss about what is the bridges, switches, and especially router and gateway. Both router and gateway are the inter-networking devices. So thank you so much for joining this lecture. Thank you so much.